Hello everyone, this video is for our testing and evaluation in ELT course, and my classmates are Abigail Paz, David Enriquez, Julie Valverde, Sharon Salomon, and who is speaking, Diana Castro. Today we are presenting a research poster, AI-supported assessment for improving English foreign languages speaking skills toward inclusive and effective English assessment practices. Research question is, in what ways does the use of AI-supported assessment affect the development of speaking skills in learners of English as a foreign languages? This question emerged from observation during teaching practice and previous course phases, where we identified that many students feel insecure when speaking English and often have limited opportunities to practice their oral communication, their speaking skills. So we want to explore how technology and AI tools could support more mindful and effective assessment practice.
Theoretical background. Okay, so the theoretical background of our project is based on four fundamental pillars. First, AI-supported assessment helps learners improve their pronunciation, fluency, and accuracy through immediate and personalized feedback. Second, teacher agency and IST integration encourage more flexible and student-centered assessment practices. Third, inclusive assessment promotes accessibility, participation, and different response formats for all learners. And fourth, competency-based assessment focuses on real communication instead of memorization. Finally, this framework proves that technology and AI can transform assessment into a more interactive and meaningful process, moving away from traditional grammar-focused exams.
Methodology for the student. We use qualitative approach, especially through participate observation, recording in the context the research took place during virtual immersion experience on Microsoft Teams in involved EFF learning A1, A2 level from the involved program up to NAT, representing different regions of Colombia. To gather the information or that college rallied of foreign tales. Participate survey, field notes, observer speaking activities, and assessment strategies, and the analysis of digital eye all supporting tools. We closing survey the students participate motivation and interaction during the session with special attention to how they respond to oral stack feedback. This methodology has used the family time to move in the into our mind index.
Okay, we found that students participate more when digital tools and speaking activities were used in class. AI support assessment also help students improve pronunciation and fluency because they receive immediate feedback. Another important finding was that inclusive assessment allowed students to show their learning in different ways, such as speaking, writing, and interactive activities. And finally, speaking activities were more connected to real communication than traditional grammar tests. Allowed students still need more confidence to speak spontaneously. Overall technology support assessment encourage communication and participation when combined with good teaching strategy.
And now we are going to talk about the conclusions and recommendations. First, we conclude that traditional assessment methods focus only on memorization are not enough to develop communicate competence. Students need more time memorizing information. They need opportunities to communicate and use the language in real situations. Second is that the AI support and digital assessments create more opportunities for meaningful speaking practice. These tools help students participate actively and receive support during the process. Another important conclusion is that the inclusive and competency-based assessment practice improves students' participation and accessibility. This means that more students can feel involved and evaluated in the fair and more practical way. Knowing the recommendations, as we can see in the image, we recommend that include more speaking and communicative tasks in the classroom because students could practice using the language and not only studying grammar or vocabulary. We also recommended using digital tools that provide immediate feedback. This can motivate students and help them identify their mistakes quickly. Another recommendation is to apply rubrics for transparent and formative assessment. Also, we assessment should align with MAN standards and the Saber Pro competence. Finally, we recommended two types. Offer multiple responses formats to support diverse learners and promote continuous and formative evaluation instead of one-time testing. These are some reference of our work.
We believe in English assessments can be made more effective and meaningful in real educational context if we combine technological innovation with pedagogical objectives. So in this form, aligns assessment with the standard of the education and can provide or offer to students different formats to assessment and promoting a continuous formative evaluation.
Furthermore, this project also helped us understand the importance of creating assessment that connect with student, rely experience and learning needs. We rely that assessment should not only measure knowledge but also motivate a student to actively use English in meaningful contexts. This approach helps create a more dynamic, student-centered, and learning-friendly environment. Thank you very much.
And throughout these phases, my understanding of assessment evolved because I realized evaluation is not only giving grades, but also about supporting students in their learning process. I learned that inclusive and competence-based evaluation allows students to develop communication skills in different way according to their abilities and needs. I also understood that English assessment can be more effective and meaningful when teachers use communicative activities, continuous feedback in a real life context in tests of focusing only on memorization and traditional exams.
New let's look at the methodology for the student. We use qualitative approach, especially through participate observation, recording in the context the research talk. What is placed during virtual immersion experience on Microsoft Teams in involved EFF-led learning A1, A2 level from the involved program up to NAT representing different regions of Colombia. To gather the information or that college related of foreign tales. Participate or survey, field notes, observatory speaking activities, and assessment strategies, and the analysis of digital eye all supporting tools. We closing survey the students participate motivation and interaction during the session with special attention to how they respond to oral stack feedback. This methodology has used the family time to move into our mind feedbacks.
Okay, this entire experience emphasized clear communication, collaboration, visual design, and reflective thinking as the key 21st century teaching skills required to transform modern language education. Thank you.